Good morning, guys. I'm just waiting for a couple more people to join in so we can get started. It looks like we got a few people in here, so I'll just go ahead and get started since we only have about 14 minutes left until the market open. I just wanted to kind of go over the watch list with you guys. Obviously, small caps have been really on fire lately. We have a lot of gappers, a lot of runners, so there's a lot of good action right now. As you guys can see, we have some of the main gappers on here. VYNT, ABVC, HKD is probably the main stock so far. Really nice run. Almost up 100% from $10. So hopefully this one stays in play here. We can see that we are just kind of trading sideways in this range. Alright, but just really quickly, I'm going to go through the watch list that I made last night, and then we'll just go over the gappers as well, to see if there's anything we might have missed. So, the first one I had on the watch list was actually OBLG. This one ended up, trading sideways yesterday. We were just kind of watching it, waiting, but it ended up making this move after hours, so I definitely want to keep OBLG on watch if it pops over basically that 340 area. And if we get some decent volume above 340s, I'll definitely keep an eye on this one. The next one I had on the watch list was RACY. It doesn't look like there's any volume on that one. Really nice move on BLPH. You can see that we reclaim this purple line, which is VWAP, which I did mention to the private Discord members, and a really nice breakout. I'm going to have this on high watch for a short. I'm probably not going to take any trades, though, until after the market opens, so I'm going to be patient for now, but there's definitely a lot on my radar, so I just want to quickly get through these. KALA, this is another one that's been in play for the last week or so. Had a pretty big reclaim yesterday above that 35-37 area. We got a nice breakout. So if we can hold above 45, I would still keep an open bias on this one to see if it wants to go higher. But we'll have to see how that sets up after the open. We had a few on the secondary list, AUPH, SI, which looks like it gapped down this morning. Maybe that was an offering. I'm not sure what happened here. So some type of news on SI, but we got a big gap down there. Mara gapping down as well. Alright, so we had a lot on the watch list. VVOS, really nice runner and fade gapping down this morning. So congrats to anyone who took that short. That was a really good one yesterday. JSPR was a big runner the other day. And then we had VVOS, which was pretty much the same thing, but a really nice fade. But as you guys can see, we have a lot of big runners. So I'm definitely going to be waking up a lot earlier now in pre-market to take advantage of this action. Let's take a look at the daily chart on BLPH. So we do have some resistance here towards 3. Kind of a bigger level towards, I would say, 375 to 4s. So hopefully this gets really parabolic and maybe even sets up for a short later on. BLPH is definitely my main watch. I had ABVC on watch earlier as well. I wanted this closer to $2 for the short, but it ended up getting extended here and then just pulling back already. So I did miss a good short opportunity here on ABVC in pre-market. But it is nice to see all these moves, and there's definitely a lot of opportunities. So let's go ahead and go over all the gappers just really quickly. So BLPH, VYNT, this one's just trading sideways. I'll set a few price alerts just in case this one pops up and gets extended. I'm not really too interested in a short right now, even though it could break under 150 and fade lower. That is very possible, but yeah, I just don't want to chase it. I would rather focus on things that are more extended. But ABVC was definitely a good opportunity to short in the 160s with a pretty tight stop. BLPH, really good long opportunity when it popped back over VWAP so far. HKD, like I was saying earlier on this one, I'm kind of long biased on this one still. As long as we're holding above basically like 17. So we'll see how that reacts at the open. I definitely have an open bias. Looking at the daily, let's mark out some of these big levels. So into the 20s is kind of a little area here where we might run into some resistance. Right now we're kind of in this area. And we topped out at $19. So definitely something to keep on watch. HKD. OBLG, I just mentioned that one earlier. I do have a price alert here. It did pop over 340 for now, so we'll see if that can hold a support. There's a few other gappers, but nothing with, a lot of volume. But yeah, guys, I'm not worried about BLPH. Obviously, big move, but the higher it goes, it's obviously going to be a bigger opportunity later as well on the short side. So whenever I miss a long, I'll just wait patiently and wait for a short a lot of the times. But I would say I do go long probably half the time lately. I am going long a lot. But I typically wait till after the market open. That's definitely going to be changing soon just because of the action that we're seeing. OBLG, I'll just replace it with this one since this one's fading. But OBLG is pushing towards 370s. And guys, remember, if you're listening to me on the public scanner, I do have another live video going on right now on our YouTube channel that you guys can click on, where you can hear me basically live. Alright guys, so I think I did go over everything I'm watching at the moment. I'll keep you guys updated if anything new pops up. Also, for those that are interested in getting the live scans, the private Discord membership, we do have a discount going on for that still, where if you want to sign up for the yearly, it comes down to about $20 per month if you buy a yearly prescription or a subscription. So it's a lot cheaper if you're paying monthly for our service. It's like 35 a month. So the yearly, it's gonna save you almost half off throughout the year. So if you guys are interested in that, we have a link in the description for our website. You guys can check that out. We do also have monthly subscriptions that you guys can sign up for. So if anyone is interested in that, you can also go to our free public Discord channel and you can ask us questions on there as well. But yeah, guys, we got about 4 minutes left. BLPH is really strong still, running in the threes. So that's going to be my main focus. I should probably check the borrows on that as well. I know I checked them earlier. Someone asked about MULN. Let me pull that up really quickly. MULN. Well, it's definitely on an uptrend at the moment. And the daily is kind of interesting. So, if this is something you're swinging with like a tight risk, I would say it doesn't look too bad, but it's not really something I would trade myself. Alright guys, we got about 2 minutes until the market opens. Feel free to ask me questions if you're in the private Discord. I'll be answering those first and focusing on that chat. But I am also watching the YouTube live chats. And I'll kind of hop on the mic if I see anything setting up or if anything new pops up. I'll be sure to let you guys know. Nice breakout on HKD. BLPH so far pretty heavy open. So really nasty pullback on BLPH. So far, no bounce whatsoever. Borrows are super expensive as well. So at this point, I don't think it's going to come back. I do want to see how it reacts on a bounce though. But it's probably going to end up fading to the low twos with how heavy that open was. HKD is halted to the upside. KALA is popping over that 45 area. Alright, so we are getting this first little bounce on BLPH. I want to see how it reacts to $3. So far, still pretty heavy. So far, we're staying pretty heavy so far in BLPH. I'm hoping we can get a pullback all the way down to the twos, the low twos, or lower throughout the day. But we'll see what happens. There's still the chance it could bounce off VWAP here and then reclaim and then, set up again. But overall, I think it's pretty heavy. HKD still pushing higher. But yeah, if anyone took HKD long after the open, after it held this VWAP and kind of popped over 17, really nice job. That was a really good setup. It looks like ABVC is actually halted to the upside. ABVC. So I'm not a big fan of how BLPH just reacted. I mean, there was a rejection there, but there's definitely a lot of volume on BLPH. So I'm going to be very cautious right now. I already covered half of my short just because of this reaction. I covered for a small profit. So I'm going to leave this one alone for now. It could easily just dump again, but I want to give it some more time. Because if this does want to break out higher on BLPH, I want to be in a good position to take advantage of that. And I just feel like there's a lot of volume right now on BLPH, so we'll give it some more time, and we'll see if this ends up rejecting again really harshly, and then fading, or if we get some type of reclaim here. So keep a close eye here on BLPH. Also, there's a chance that ABVC might come back into play after this halt. So that's another one I want to prepare for if it does come into play. But let's see what BLPH does here. Maybe it's going to try to trap shorts, or we might just get a big rejection. But I just don't trust it on either side at the moment quite yet. And I'll show you guys my charts as well. So you can see where I entered my short right here on BLPH. It was around this area. I was looking for this breakdown. I would have covered if I got another flush to like 220s, but it reversed at 250 right near VWAP. So that's why I'm being cautious, because I really wanted that to stay heavy. This is a potential reversal here. But we should get another opportunity, hopefully, on either side. So far pretty heavy still on BLPH, but we're still kind of just trading sideways in this channel. If it does dump really hard, that's going to kind of suck because I had a better average and I might have to take some smaller size if it sets up that way. But we'll give it a few minutes. ABVC is back over VWAP above 140 and getting some volume. So I definitely want to watch that one as well. But let's see who gets trapped here on BLPH. It's either going to be longs or shorts. And then I feel like it should give us a move. I kind of feel like they just trap longs a little bit and they're probably going to dump BLPH. But yeah, not the best entry to be shorting here. ABVC halted to the upside again. That one might be a kind of a halt fest today, probably, since it was trading at 60 cents yesterday. So yeah, it's going to be halting like every 10, 20 cents. MEGL is on the scans. Let's take a look at this one on the daily MEGL. We have some resistance towards the twos. And I'm still watching BLPH to see how it reacts out of this price channel, either to the up or the downside. There's ABVC. Getting a little bit extended there on ABVC, but we'll see if we can get some volume or not. I'm not really interested in this one on the short side unless it breaks above the pre-market highs. If that were to happen and maybe we're to get a nice run up, I might be interested. And it looks like BLPH is staying heavy. So we might get a fade now to the low twos potentially. So I did end up re-shorting BLPH. My stop is around this 280, 290 area. If it pops over that, I do not want to be short anymore. But I'll give it a chance. I took smaller size since I have kind of a wider risk, but I feel like there is potential to fade down to the low twos or even 180s. So I'm going to give it a shot. I have a little bit of cushion from that last trade. Looks like HKD is pulling back right back to that breakout, that initial breakout from the open. So top watches right now, definitely MEGL. If this goes higher, I'm going to be stalking that one. Hopefully it doesn't just die off here. We'll see if it can get some volume. ABVC is going to be a halt fest, but we're still watching that. BLPH, pretty choppy. So we'll see what happens with that one as well. So ABVC is halted to the downside. We should see this open up here pretty soon. It did clear that pre-market high, but only by a little bit, and then rejected. KPRX is on the scans, so we can keep an eye on that one. ABVC is open, testing 160. Also, by the way, I did ditch BLPH for now. I just don't trust it on either side at the moment. ABVC, so this 160 is going to be the key here on this pullback, for longs anyways. If we can hold this area and then start to build back up, we might see some continuation. That's what I'm hoping for. Maybe another halt to the upside, but we'll see what happens. Also BLPH, I want to see how that one reacts. But on a stock like this, yes, it could fade down back to basically where it came from. But I definitely want to take advantage of the bigger extensions on the 5-minute and get in the habit of covering into these dips under VWAP a little bit, rather than, shorting into this, hoping for continuation. I had a decent entry to start out with, but I just didn't like the price action I was seeing. Yesterday we had a really good short though, on ELOX. This was a really good one because there wasn't a lot of volume. I think it did let's check, a couple million yesterday. Yeah, 3 million. So I ended up shorting that on this breakdown, and that was a really nice fade. But regardless, pretty nice move. BLPH, it gave a monster long setup in pre-market, huge opportunity there, and then at the open, that really heavy open was a pretty good setup as well if you had borrows ready. But yeah, I'm hoping it gives me another setup later on. You can see it's curling back up towards VWAP. I'm going to also look through the scans on Thinkorswim and see if there's anything else I'm missing. There's probably some other stocks in play that I haven't been watching. And ABVC halted to the upside again, like I mentioned earlier. So with this halt to the upside, I think there's a decent chance that we'll get a push above that previous high. But yeah, if you guys want me to look at any other stocks that are in play right now that I haven't mentioned already, just let me know in the comments. All right, so I still have an eye on BLPH. We did kind of bounce off VWAP here, so I want to keep an eye in case that starts to break out or we get a nice reaction here. HUDI also had a pretty nice bounce off that open breakout level. So we bounced off, we're right back towards 20 again. ABVC ended up just clearing out that pre-market high, and then now it's likely just going to fade lower. It looks pretty heavy. But basically, just focused on this one for now. I don't really see anything else I want to trade at the moment. Well, actually, I do have VRAY on watch. VRAY. It's getting a nice extension here, but the volume's pretty low. I was hoping that it would break out higher and set up a nice trade. But so far, just a grinder. BLPH staying pretty heavy again. So we might see this one make a move here. I'm just waiting to see if it's going to break below this support and then start to fade, or if we get a breakout above 280. But so far, we're just back and forth. Looks like we also have MOBQ popping up on the scans. I'll keep an eye on this one if we get some decent volume later on. But anyways, guys, I am going to go ahead and end the live stream for now. If you're in the private Discord room, I'll be active in there if you guys have any questions. And yeah, I'm probably going to do another live stream tomorrow, so I'll see you guys in the morning.